Well, hello and welcome to House of Shereh. My name is Silantoi.
I am Eric Musembi, and today we are discussing a room in House of Shereh inaitwa Government and Legal, and we have a guest for that.
Yeah, we have a guest today.
What's your name, sir?
Hey, good morning.
Hii podcast tunasikizanga jioni. Ni ya watu wa Shereh.
Watu wa Shereh wanakuwa. Ambia good night ukimaliza.
Okay, my name is Morris Kamweru. I'm the team leader and executive director of ZP Event Solutions. ZP Event Solutions is an event technology and event management company with a big focus on the corporate events.
Good.
And also, mi nimeenda shule.
Umeenda shule?
Ulifanya nini shule?
I did a BSc in Events and Convention Management. I was amongst the pioneer class at the Technical University of Kenya. So my whole life and my whole career background has been in events management.
So kwa hii room tuko na 2 out of 5 people when you walifanya yo
2/5
walifanya
of the pioneer classes.
Walifanya yo degree.
Yeah.
Alright, sawa. If you've listened to us before, tulikuwa tunawambia we have rooms in this house of ours. And as Eric has said, leo tunafanya legal and events. Now we want
government and legal.
Government and legal.
Yeah. In events.
Mambo in events.
Kizungu, rusungu mtu wangu.
Sijui niongea tu Kiswahili. So now Morris is here to help us understand all the legal issues zenye events organizers should go through or are going through. And we'll see, sindio?
Exactly, pia tujue what the government does and what needs to be done. Because nikiongea na Morris, we have so much enye needs to be covered from the government perspective and administration.
Yeah.
Na Morris, hebu tuende tu direct. Nikinunua ticket na mimi naulizaga hivyo kila mtu amekuja hapa kwa sababu money is very core.
It's true.
Nikinunua ticket niende kuona Sauti Sol among other acts kina Calligraph, Burna Boy and whoever and then Calligraph na Sauti Sol wakuja and then Burna Boy akataka kukuja. Is there a way I can claim that nimeibiwa?
Sija get value now? For money.
Is there a way that someone can claim that they haven't gotten their value for money?
Legally? Yes, legally.
Yeah. And get reimbursed?
Simply to answer, it's a no.
Yeah. We are on our own.
On your own in these streets.
Yeah.
So actually, let's actually start from
the core.
The core. From the core. What is the government's role in this industry? Yeah, events. How does the government protect event organizers? Revelers kama huyu mwenye amelipia Burna Boy but hakupata kuona Burna Boy. Sponsors
amepromisiwa watu 2000.
Sponsors aliambiwa nipatie 2 million, I'll bring for you
2000 to connect with your people.
Yeah, watanunua your products etc. What is the government's role in the industry of events? If there's any role. Now.
Yeah, as at now, even we have few regulations in the industry.
Yes.
But they are fragmented.
Okay.
And I'll give a few examples. For example, you are doing a concert. So you need a license from NEMA.
Yes, Sauti.
Noise.
Because of the noise.
Okay.
Or you are giving out food. So you need a food handler's
certificate.
Yeah.
Toka public health.
Yes. Or you have your venue, you need a health and safety licensing.
Yeah.
So those things are fragmented and they are being issued by different people and regulated by different people. There's no single person, in my own opinion, that can tell you that they regulate the event industry per se. Because the challenge that we have, first of all, is that we are in the broader tourism industry.
Yeah.
So being in the broader tourism industry, and you know this country is more so known for the safari tourism.
Yeah.
So the events bit, which is a very important aspect of that industry, get carried away in that particular mix.
I heard you introduce your company. You are more so into the MICE tourism, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
MICE, meeting, incentive travel, conventions and expos, right?
Yeah.
Kwa hiyo industry imekuwa ikileta pesa Kenya.
Sure.
Where do we have a gap for something that is generating money to the government?
I think it's just that not so many people understand the industry because it's a bit young, eh?
Professionally,
yeah. Especially in this country.
But Shereh new.
Constant.
Shereh is new.
You see, the social aspect of Shereh is everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And everyone likes it.
Yeah.
But in terms of the business and regulations aspect of it, it does not exist, and not even in Kenya itself. In so many countries, especially in Africa.
Yeah.
But if you go to Europe and the Americas, they are very serious in terms of regulating this industry.
Hata hapa South Africa.
Even kuna kitu nimekutumia hapo. Hebu angalia. Kuna vitu ziko hapo, hebu tuulize. Ziko. Are they there in Kenya?
Okay, so your answer was no. There is no single body that regulates the industry or events.
The only thing that I have seen, there are people who have formed associations.
Yeah.
But you see, associations are not anchored on any
like
law.
individuals.
Ni toothless bulldogs. Ni wewe ni kusema tutafanya hivi na watu wafanye hivi.
Yeah,
but if they don't do that,
don't need to do it to listen to you.
I think it's a good step to start, because they are peer-to-peer interactions. Even in terms of growing the industry, they are very, very important. But in my own opinion, we need something that is anchored in law.
Yes.
That will hold people in this industry accountable, so that every person or every stakeholders get value yake.
Okay, it's good you've brought that up. Eric alinitumia kitu like before we started recording. It's a legislation act for Cape Town, South Africa for 2016. For events, this will be our case study. The act is very extensive. You can see events is a proper industry that is recognized by the government, and there's a body to, like, there's steps you take before even having an event.
And that counts for accountability.
It does count for accountability from the beginning. Like, it even defines what an event is, what a public space is.
Yeah. Morris,
yes.
Let's just start from here. If there were to be that office, would it be devolved?
Oh, yeah. Or would it be national? That's true.
Inafaa kuwa kwa Ministry of Tourism, ama inafaa kwenda kwa kila county?
My opinion is, tourism is a devolved function.
Okay.
But I think we need a national policy towards events, specifically. We need a national policy towards events that will even guide the counties in creating their own county policy.
Yes.
Okay.
So that we don't have, as in, if you want to do an event in Nakuru, you don't have to go through so many different
things from Nairobi.
Or Eldoret. So if I ask you why we don't have this, am I putting you on the spot, Sana?
You've been in government.
Yeah, you have been in government.
You've worked in Parastat, umefanya KICC.
Yeah.
Nimepitia KICC, nimepitia Bomas, but during your time, I remember you had WTO, TCAD.
Yes.
Those are two major events. UNCTAD, UN, CTAD.
So, okay, fine. Maybe you cannot devolve a lot about those events, but were there some policies that
actually
came put in place,
or came up
were put for these events to take place,
and that need to be rolled out?
Hapa mkisema WTO ilileta $7 billion in the economy, which I'm assuming some of that money went to tax.
Yes.
Actually,
so kama kuna board, kama kuna KRA which always stands by itself in collecting tax, why isn't there a body for the rest of these things?
I think it's very good that we are even having these conversations today, because I think it starts from such conversations.
Yeah.
In my own opinion, we need an event management act in this country.
Good.
That will regulate the whole sector, so that if we have something that is anchored, a regulation that is anchored in law, then our industry will be professionalized. Like I remember, by then I was a really young man then when WTO was coming. There was so much transformation that was done at KICC because
just for one event.
Because of industry standards, you get regulations. For you to host
from other countries or international
standards, you had to meet it.
You had to meet the international standards because we had already won that bid. And I remember by then the cabinet secretary for foreign affairs, Madam Amina Mohammed, was very categorical in terms of, and the whole of KICC, in terms of ensuring that the facility meets the minimum requirement to host such an event.
Good.
And some of them were simple things like evacuation charts and procedures in every floor. You get
so security
in case of a stampede
safety,
and stuff.
or fire or whatever.
Safety, yeah, and installation of things like smoke detectors and such things. And you get, these are things that, for example, in that institution, that's a venue.
Yeah.
Those regulations should set out venues in terms of standardization of, if I'm categorizing you into this standardization of a venue, what minimum aspect of safety are you supposed to meet?
Yeah.
Huyu jamaa angekuja kuanzia episode 1. Because we've been talking about venues.
Rooms.
Yeah, we've been talking about venues and what people need to look at venues.
Yeah.
Now he's actually putting in an aspect yenye hatukuwa tumeweka. Yeah, these rooms, these venues need to achieve some, some standards. Some standards that have been set by the government.
Yeah, but now there are no such standards, and that is why I don't know how ulisikiza your episode yetu, but tulikuwa tunasema
alisikiza.
Kama Rescos has been deemed a bad
for
venue because of safety
issues, yeah.
But hakuna standard there is no standard ya safety enye venues should have.
Actually inakuwaga tu ni mbaya wakati wenye mtu kitu mbaya imehappen.
Otherwise Oktoberfest ilikuwa huko.
Oktoberfest was good.
It was good.
Ulikuwa Oktoberfest?
Yeah, I think I'm one of the luckiest people because I've gone to Resco severally. And personally, I've never had a bad experience. But I have had people's bad experiences, and that's not really good.
They're actually really bad experiences.
Because even for the venue itself, it's not a good image.
Yeah, but nobody is holding this venue accountable.
Yes, so, but if you get, we are having even us as event organizers.
Yes.
First of all, I don't know whether we are having a constrained opinion on how venue should look like, and we are concentrating on venues that you've worked with before, and we are not open to exploring new venues. For example, there is a day Koroga Festival.
Yes.
Was held at Hell's Gate.
Yes, I remember.
And that was very bold.
Yes.
I think that was very bold.
I remember environment protectors and bodies wali come up na how they're interfering with, nature and wildlife. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So I'm saying, even for event organizers, in terms of us creating experiences for our people, I also think we need to broaden our minds in terms of exploring even new venues that are a bit safer and a bit secure. I have seen, I think Soulfest has been moved to KICC.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think
Soulfest year 17th.
I think at some point the venue changed.
I think Morris, what has happened na hii story ya venue kuchange na Soulfest is something that we are about to see if whatever we are discussing here actually gets implemented. Because tunaangalia a point where the organizers were Soulfest felt that the venue walikuwa natumia first did not meet a certain threshold, right?
Yeah.
So if we come to a point where there are standardization measures which need to be met by a venue and a venue does not meet them, for a start, now tuliangalia tu from both ends, tunaweza kuja kubaki out of 20 venues in Nairobi to baki only 3 that can comply to those standards.
Yeah.
Hiyo itaka kama gatekeeping. Itaka ni kama tunakuambia kama unataka kufanya a public event, just go to either Bomas or KICC and race course bus. Hakuna mwingine yote ame threshold.
Amefika.
What do you think of that? Do you think take more time ndio tufike huko ama?
Yeah, I think we are a young industry that is growing.
Yes.
And these experiences are even helping us to develop even better plans when we are doing these events. For example, the venue that was moved was Drive-In.
Yeah.
Drive-In was a very popular venue. Kitambo.
Yes, it was.
It was a drive-in cinema. By then having a drive-in cinema was something big.
Yeah.
So what's changed from Drive-In being a cinema where people would drive in and watch their movies there, to now we are feeling it's not safe. And what are the safety standards that we are supposed to use? And some of these things is something that are being implemented elsewhere, like face recognition technologies.
Yes.
Those are things that will can even help us solve a lot of problems. So, but do we have venues that are serious, or service providers that are serious to come up with such technologies?
You see, when COVID came, most of the restaurants had to adhere to the regulations zilikuwa put in place at that time, right?
Yeah.
And as zikianza, they felt like so colonial and unajua nikazi na pressure sana. But at some point ilifika wakaambiwa, but if you don't do that, you are not in business.
Yeah. Na sahi, those are the...
Are we speaking about that in events? Are we speaking about if you are an event organizer and you don't meet a certain threshold, you cannot host an event? Is that what you are trying to put across?
Yes, the regulations should fall across all aspects of that industry.
Yeah.
And the biggest person they should fall to is the event organizer.
Yeah, and although it depends on the type of event. Yes. Not all regulations can fall across events zote.
Sure.
But every type of event,
yes,
hizi zenye ziko na themes tuseme, or every type of event depending on nini wanauza should have some regulations, and some regulations should be just basics.
Yeah.
Especially kama kuna any event iko na food, are there scouts, are there people who go to the event wanaangalia if every vendor actually has a food handler certificate. Ama you can just get somebody off the street anakuja tu kuuza, so okay fine. Then what if somebody gets food poisoning at your event?
Hivyo nakuuliza, how scout wanafaa kutoka wapi?
Right.
And you see also, for example, you touch on something very critical, that is food handlers.
Yes.
License,
Yeah.
How do you enforce it? You just go and pay some money and you are issued with a certificate.
Exactly.
Everyone can get a food handler.
Morris, I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you for we have a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Yenye event organizers can go and get a license to host a public event. Wewe kama unataka kufanya birthday party yako, uite watu wako wenye waribikangi tumbo, ita. But ikifika point you are advertising it to the public for people to put on their money, I think the government needs to protect the public from extortion, from hata kuna time nyingine mnaenda bana mnoziwa Gilbis 6500
surely. Ama samosa ya 150
ama samosa sijui pesa ngapi. As much as it's a free market,
it is,
as much as it's a free market. Morris, you have something to say?
No, I think it's just an enterprise, and that one can be solved through market forces. What I'm trying to say is,
yes,
for issue like food,
yes,
you cannot today tell me you are caterer,
yes,
and then you also want to become an event organizer. It's okay, you can be an entrepreneur, but you have two different entities. That this business of yours is licensed to do catering. If you can qualify to become an event organizer, you are an event organizer.
Umesema foreman asiseme ni engineer.
Yeah. So
foreman asiku engineer.
And then the other thing, we need to classify what is a commercial event.
Good.
So that we know this is a classification of a commercial event. When does an event becomes a commercial, and when does these regulations apply, so that we don't gag people who are doing
I like where this is going, because actually, sasa
ukiona hii act yenye nimekutumia Yvonne, they start by defining easy vitu Morris anasema. They start by defining who is a person, what is an event, what is a venue, what is a
public space,
what is a public space, what is noise. Unajua unaenda kwa nemo unachukua noise certificate na hata labda ni mtu anakuja kusoma poem kama wa producer Kevin Maina. Shout out. Mbona Kevin Maina anahitaji kwenda kuchukua neema na anaongelea ndani ya theater?
Yeah.
You know, so I think what Morris is saying is something that needs to kai chini. Morris, abada nikuulize, if there was to be a bill, because you know, for something to be law in Kenya, three ways. Constitution, Parliament, Act of Parliament, or judicial order, like itakuwa jurisprudence ilisemekana hivyo, sijui online defense wanakuambia wakini wanasemaga according to judge Maina Kiai whatever law. So do you think to have obviously itaingia kwa constitution sahi, but either Act of Parliament ama iende kotini, is that now do we have anyone who has filed a court case you know of aki complain kuhusu event, and how was that judgment?
I'm not privy to such information. Maybe we check with the people who are professional in that field.
Yeah.
But I think an act of parliament will help this industry.
Good.
Okay.
That
That brings me to another question. Munasema we need to have a regulatory body.
Yeah.
We need to sit and discuss these things. Who is this we are talking about? Who is supposed to initiate hizi vitu, and who in the government is supposed to nani anafaa kuongeleshwa?
Tukiangalia wale MPs wako parliament, who do you think can sponsor this bill? Mimi nasema Jalas. Because I mean, we have to look at someone who Jalas ilikuwa naye Luo Fest. I think he understands.
Mimi naweza sema Sakaja, seeing as Nairobi Fest inaendelea even as we speak, naweza taka kujua hata yalipitia what regulations to be able to hold such an event in Nairobi.
By the way, big up to
Nairobi Fest.
Yeah, Nairobi Festival inaendelea as we speak, 12th to 16th, 17th. Na inadu 50. Actually, I've been seeing people on Twitter, they really like it.
Tuangalie hivi. Nairobi Fest, if someone is marked in Nairobi Fest, atakuwa handled by county government. Kwa sababu hiyo ni initiative ya county government. Sawa.
But you see, that is the event organizer.
Exactly.
And it's either sad or it's good. Nairobi County iko na the resources.
Hiyo ndio ilikuwa tu swali yangu. So kama Nairobi County inaweza fanya hivyo.
I think Eric,
sisi wengine hatuwezi fanya hivyo kama organizers.
I think Nairobi County cannot be an event organizer. Nairobi County has to be the event host. Event organizers have to be professional people.
Thank you.
Because Nairobi County might not have the expertise, not unless they have employed someone.
I believe they've given out consultancy
that's
for this.
That is a person whose back stops with them.
So
because Nairobi County might never understand exactly what's supposed to do, and that's why they're outsourcing that service, because they think that the people they're outsourcing it from
Morris
are people that understand. So those people are the people that we intend to. First of all, we make sure that they are certified, they are qualified, they are skilled, and then they are at a regulated body, such that they know, for example, what you're giving an opinion, an observation. If someone pays for a ticket, and then not even worse still that one artist never came or something that they were promised never happened. Some people are selling tickets here, and people are not. Those events are not even happening. What happens to those people?
And I think I'm not trying to be DCI or anything. I'm just saying this some place yenye DCI pia inaweza kuja kuangalia stories za money laundering, because if people are paying for tickets and there's no event that is happening, how are we sure that actually people are just throwing in money na wakuja ongezea pesa nyingine na waseme hiyo event ili happen?
Ilikuwa ya event,
you know,
kumbe wanaosha pesa.
Kwa hivyo kumbe hapo ni pesa tu mingi imepitia hapo.
No, for ticketing, just even like airlines, you know, they have regulations. You can even push your ticket to a later date as long as you are within the terms and conditions of that agreement. Maybe at a fee, or maybe not at a fee, depending on the ticket that you're pushing.
But you see, in an airline,
for events, it should be the same case. I might buy an event ticket for 3 months, but is there a policy that I can cancel my ticket 1 month before? So that one should be clear, whether I can cancel my ticket, yes or no. Whether I can postpone or push that event ticket to another event that organizer is organizing, that's another thing. And if something happens, especially things, the ones that even insurance calls the act of God.
Act of God.
Even if, you know, that's something that the event organizer doesn't have control over.
Actually, Morris, talking of insurance, Gary, huwezi endesha PSV bila PSV insurance, right? So, do you think there's an event yenye happen when Pop was here, na UON waka dismantle vitu zilikuwa za Mosound? There was the provider wa hiyo time mwenye vitu zake ziligonganishwa chini, and they had insurance over that.
It was Mosound,
right? Do you think there should be a law yenye inapeana people who are organizing events to actually give insurance policy? Mimi nikipotezea simu kwa event ndaambiwa tuko na insurance policy against theft. Do you think insurance companies can come up with such policies, and the government can support and make sure that every event organizer covers their own event with insurance?
I think this pod we should maybe look for a professional in that field, so that
Serekali.
From the actuary, so that we know what level can they do it.
do they think that's so big a risk that lazima mtu apoteze tu simu?
Yes. What level can they do it?
Yeah.
But on things like personal accident, I think those are things that can be handled by the insurance. Yes. But things like theft, you also need, you also need to quantify what you came with at the concert.
Tumalize kitu Morris mara one time hivi. Hebu
naona hata we need to have a part 2. Hii mambo ni mingi.
Hebu tuambie, what do you think? What comes first? An event managers body of Kenya that is backed by law, or an event legislation act that covers that body of event managers?
This is a case of the chicken and the hen.
I think
chicken egg.
Chicken and the egg.
Yeah.
The body.
The egg.
The body cannot be established without an act of parliament. So the act of parliament is the one that will say, and there shall be
yes a body, right. and to define what what constitutes that body.
Yes, and even that body, they can be given instructions to develop regulations on that particular sector. Because the other thing is, regulations change the way times are moving.
Yes.
So you cannot cast anything on stone and say that this is exactly what we are saying right now.
Yeah.
Sound decibels can change and say we want louder music, or we want not very louder music. So those regulations will always keep on.
But your health was say you can event it is very unnecessary. Kindly stay at home.
So
Zoom.
That body will help us in putting regulations.
Actually, I think what Morris is saying is actually true, because when COVID came, that body ndio gesaidia event managers kujua what to do. Anyway, even unanyonyesha mambo ya time. Are we done?
We're supposed to wrap up.
Yes.
We're supposed to wrap up. Although this feels like a conversation that hasn't ended.
Yeah.
We shall have a part 2. Morris, please, we have to finish this.
Sure.
Sindio.
But tukimaliza Morris, hebu tuambie, we are doing another episode yenye nakuja kumaliza. What is your best event of this year? Yenye unadhani ige beat all that threshold yenye tumejaribu kuweka.
Social or corporate?
Either
event.
I think Oktoberfest was good. It was a true festival,
Yeah.
And I think we also need to thank the people that support this industry, like EABL.
Yes.
Truly.
Because I think I had a seasonal ticket, but I only managed to go for one day.
Yeah.
And the only reason I was going was for a bit of that experience. And the different stages that they had set on that particular venue, it was amazing, and it was a lot of creativity, a lot of personal experiences, as you could do literally everything there. You could play football, you could play darts, you could play FIFA, as in each and every brand would give you a bit of an experience.
So Oktoberfest is yours.
Yeah.
Our fans should tell us what has been their favorite event of the year.
Next episode tunapiga top 10.
Next episode, by the way, we're going to talk about top 10. You can tell us on our socials, YouTube, Twitter. I have been Silantoi.
I've been Eric Musembi. This has been
House of Shereh.